Here we go with day 1. How strong is your core? Let's start this off with shoulder banded lunges. With the shoulder banded lunges, you'll see that the lunge is comprised of 2 parts, a bent knee and a straight leg. Now off the hip of the bent knee, if you place your 2 fingers at your hips, you can feel them disappear. So that's one key element where you also want to have a tall spine, a straight back leg, and don't forget to breathe. From here, we're going to switch sides and continue that same movement with the same banded shoulder position. You want to make sure that the front leg you have is planting on the floor, and don't forget to relax. Sometimes you can see my face a little bit of a struggle, as this is still a challenging exercise. You can always adjust the resistance to match your preference so that you're not going to be all over the place. Next thing that we want to do after we complete our 10 reps is switch shoulder positions. From here, I'm holding onto the band for security as I feel a little bit more unstable off of this side. Now, key things that may happen here is that you may forget to breathe, or you may hold too much tension off one side. And another point can be losing focus. So as you breathe, relax as much as possible and continue to move through the work. We switch legs from here, and the things that I want you to know that what we're working on is that we're looking for rotational control, maintaining balance, both from the lower body and the upper body. We're focusing on the hips, glutes, and quads. Next thing that we want to focus on is getting into our next exercise. Here we go. We have the swing and touch. Off that back wall, I have a little bit of a piece of tape. From here, I'm actually using a club rather than a kettlebell, but you can also interchange that with a dumbbell, or a kettlebell would be my preference here. But I'm actually starting to like these clubs. So from here, we start off developing your swing. As you get into your swing, you actually want to start to turn and touch that target. When you turn to touch the target, you want to see the target clearly, and you're using one finger to touch that target. You want to touch accurately, swing consistently, and breathe. Not only I'm doing a little bit more than I needed to, but I was just getting into a good groove. From here, we're going to switch to the other side. So that's switching hands, find your swing pattern, and then start working into that swing and touch. Things that we're working off on the swing and touch is the hamstrings, the hips and lower back, balance, as well as coordination. Can be very challenging, so stay focused and use a light weight. If you feel that you need to break, or if you're feeling uncomfortable, feel free to before the rep count is over. Next exercise that we move into are the shoulder circles. Starting off with a split stance, we're going to start off with the high circle, which is going to be over the shoulder. From here, you can see me kind of drifting off a little bit, feeling fairly challenged. We're going to circle for 10 reps in one direction, and then we're going to flip directions. Key points here are staying focused, long, tall spine, and then the only moving part is going to be your shoulder. If we bring it down to the lower half of the body, feet are planted, and breathing is controlled. As you can see, my body is starting to feel a little fatigue as I am starting to sway more than I should. From here, I could have dropped the lower weight, but I also wanted to demonstrate to you that I struggle as well. From here, once we switch sides, we're going to go into the high circles again. As you can see off of my left side, it is not as strong or controlled, which is a major thing that we are working on. We are working on symmetry and from right to left, really creating those movement maps in the shoulders. We're looking for rotational control as well as balance. As you can see, when I move down to the lower ends, I have much better control. My body is straighter, and I am not moving around as much as I did in the upper position. So please feel free to adjust the weight accordingly as you're feeling challenged through this exercise. The last thing that we're gonna touch off on this one is the Pallof press. Off the Pallof press, we wanna grab a hold of the bands with both hands. Feet are gonna be parallel, hips are back, and knees are soft. Key things here is tall spine, reach forward, and stay steady. And one more thing, don't forget to breathe. What we're working on here is gonna be shoulder stability. We're still focusing on that rotational control, focusing on our balance, and that the only things moving here is going to be the shoulders and developing our core strength.